All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into our first segment today. We are going to talk about Jesus showing up and showing out at the box office. And like I said earlier, I was there. I was there the second weekend and saw King of Kings. Me and the wife, we went out there. My daughter didn't feel like going. She was actually not feeling well that Saturday, and then come Easter Sunday that morning. She was still not feeling well, and my wife texted me while I was at a sunrise service. My wife texted me. She goes, "Uh-oh, we got a problem," and she's in the bathroom, not feeling well, which of course we know what that means. But yeah, so I was kind of bummed out they didn't get to join me for church on Easter, and even more so, I hate that she felt bad. I don't like my wife or my daughter feeling bad, and I don't think any of you guys like anyone that you care about feeling bad. So, kind of suck. But everyone's better now. Everything's good. But yeah, so me and the wife went and saw King of Kings, and it's animated child's movie. But I will say that my allergies and her allergies were acting up a few times watching that movie. It was so well done. It really was. I've got a couple of little gripes about a couple of things here and there, but it wasn't like anything that was a deal breaker. It wasn't anything major like some of these other movies that are going out. We'll talk about a couple of those. But I really, really thought that Angel Studio did a fantastic job with this. With the promotion, I was thrilled with it because they promoted it well. And a lot of Angel Studio films come out, or these smaller studios or religious films come out, and there's really not a lot of backing and promotion, marketing or whatnot. And I felt like there was an adequate amount for King of Kings. So they definitely put it out there. Great voice actors that were involved. Just an incredible lineup. I'm surprised that it didn't cost more to make. But it was so well done. I've got to give them all the props for that. So let's look at a couple of things real quick. Again, they showed out. Now that they were not number one at the box office, but they were number two at the box office. Oddly enough, when we went and saw it, which was the second weekend, I think the first weekend and the second weekend, they were both number two at the box office those 2 weekends. Could be wrong about that one. Don't fact check me on that one quite yet. But fact check me on all of this. So this is over on Box Office Mojo. I often use them as a reference for numbers. So King of Kings, if you're not sure what that is a religious film. It's an animated film from, just said them, Angel Studios. And Oscar Isaac does voice in there. Pierce Brosnan's in there. Even Mark Hamill. Shocking to me. Of course, he sounded kind of like the Joker, which I guess is kind of his one voice. But hey, if you do something well, why not change it, right? But yeah, it's a very, very good film. It's Charles Dickens' story to his children about who the King of Kings is, of course, who is Jesus Christ. And like I said, me and the wife saw Easter weekend, which is the second weekend. So link for this and all links I'm going to use are down in the show notes below, so you can go and check it out a little bit more thorough. At the time of this recording, it has domestically pulled in almost $50 million and internationally $52 million, which you kind of expect from these kind of studios and these kind of films. They may not do great worldwide, but again, it is always kind of a toss-up. You never really know what's going to catch, but for the most part, films like this, you're going to get your biggest bang here domestically, which, hey, maybe we're going to see a change in a lot of other films if China's not taking them anymore, right? Disney, Marvel, All right, let's keep rolling. So here's our day-to-day breakdown. Not huge losses here and there of differences. Wrong column. Sorry. For week to week. So something I did do, and you can see it here from week to week, they were down. Had a 5.4% drop, 2.8% drop, 22.1% drop on Easter Sunday. Of course, that's Easter Sunday. Don't know how theaters usually are there. But yeah, took all that. I did the math. You can go back and fact check me. So this is about a 9% drop. Okay. From weekend to weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Or it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know why Friday's not showing up in here. There is a Friday. Let me scroll again. Yeah, there is a Friday. Maybe it's because I'm zoomed in a certain way. I don't know. But there is a Friday. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, compared to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only a 9% drop weekend to weekend, which is great for a film that's in the box office, especially this kind of film. It's fantastic. It's got legs. Less than a 10%, less than double digits of a drop is always fantastic to see. It was in theaters at the same time as Snow White, which everyone loves, right? No one likes this movie. Okay, now it's done $85 million domestically, $195 million almost worldwide, which sounds great, but my understanding is like a $200 million budget or something nuts like that. I don't know. This movie needed to make $500 million to $1 billion, somewhere in that ballpark before it ever actually made any money. And it does not look like it's getting there. I heard Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers said it'd be great to hit 199. That would be kind of funny. But I'm okay if they don't even get that high. Anyways, if we look at their numbers, of course, you see huge drops from weekend to weekend here. Friday's showing there for them. I don't know why. But huge drops from weekend to weekend. And I actually, again, did the math. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday totals from weekend to weekend. You're looking at a 66% drop from the first weekend, opening weekend, to the second weekend. 66% drop. That's pretty significant. Very significant. When you hear numbers like that, you start thinking of the Marvels. You start thinking of, what was it? Eternals. I don't know. Pretty much a lot of the Marvel movies that have been coming out lately. I think that Buzz Lightyear movie. So many films that have been coming out just dropping like that because the word of mouth is so awful, right? Let's take a look at a Minecraft movie. Minecraft movie is #1 movie of the year right now. And you've probably seen all the clips of, Chicken Jockey and everything that's going on in the theaters for that. And that's kind of cool. I mean, I hate they're making a mess and doing all that stuff, but it's cool they're getting into it, right? I mean, why not? But if we look at their numbers, let me not pass it. I mean, obviously they're doing great. 353 million domestic, 727 million worldwide. They'll hit $1 billion, probably. Well, I say that. Maybe. We shall see. Let's see. So you see the drops here. Definitely bigger numbers here than we had on King of Kings, but very similar to Snow White. But when you do the math, it's actually a 52% drop from weekend to weekend. So from the first weekend to the second weekend, it was a 52% drop for a Minecraft movie, 66% drop for Snow White. So yes, Snow White dropped more, but Minecraft dropped 52%, which is not awesome, but it could have been worse. It could have been Snow White, right? But again, if you go back and you look at, I almost said The Case for Christ. If you go back and look at King of Kings, it was only a 9% drop. 9% drop, and this movie is still doing well. Even if we go on to where we're at in the week so far, it's still doing pretty good. Still doing very good. Now, when you look at the numbers here, King of Kings is only grossing, so far a little over 50 million worldwide. Pales in comparison to Snow White in a Minecraft movie, right? But if you remember when Endgame came out, huge movie. What was it? $2 billion or something like that, right? It came out at the same time as Joker did. Joker did not make as much money. They did not gross as much money, but Joker was more profitable than Endgame. I don't know about now, since it's been a little while and, streaming and all this and that or whatever. I don't know. But at the box office, Joker was more profitable because you had the smaller budget, bigger turnaround on the box office. They were more profitable. King of Kings right now has made back their money and then some, because I haven't found official, but through searching, it looks like the rumored budget was only $15 million for King of Kings. So if they've made over $50 million, even with marketing, they've well made back their money and then some. So King of Kings is doing great. Snow White, I don't even know if they made back their budget yet or not. You know what I'm saying? Minecraft movie's doing fine. It's doing great. But yeah, there's a lot of movies that aren't making their budget back. King of Kings being one of them is great. Again, a lot of these movies never make their money back. So it's really good to see a film like King of Kings. And of course, the studio, Angel Studios, just doing an absolutely amazing job with their films. I know they've got their own online streaming platform. I have not watched anything from there yet, but I know Dry Bar is affiliated with them in some way, and they're like a clean stand-up comedy thing. And good friend Chris Clark, who I've gotten to know pretty good through the interwebs, and met a couple times in person. He toured with the Hodge Twins is how I met him, but he works with them on their podcast. He does his own stand-up and everything. He had a special on Dry Bar, and I highly recommend it. Was trying to get him on the show. When that special dropped, because I said I would. And the week that I was going to, the Hodge Twins studio actually flooded. So they had to take everything out and move into another studio temporarily till they got everything cleaned up. So as it works out sometimes, things just don't work out sometimes. But I watched it. It was really, really good. And actually can't wait to connect with him again and talk with him about what I thought about the special. But yeah, Dry Bar, Angel Studios, they're doing great stuff. I would definitely go support them if you can. But let's see. To close out the segment, I do have to share one of the best clips I've seen in the last couple of weeks from the trolling of the Snow White movie. You guys have probably seen this one. If you haven't seen this one specifically, I'm sure you've seen other clips that are very, very similar to it. But without any further ado, probably one of my favorite ones that I've seen. Here you go.
I kind of want something other to eat. Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you like?
You got any biscuits for sale in there?
Well, no, this here's a Frosty Cream. We don't serve biscuits. We got a lot of other stuff, though.
What you got in there is good to eat.
Well, we got Big Chief Burgers, Bongo Burgers, Footlongs, Corny Dogs, Frosty Shakes, Creamy Bars. Did you want me to go through the whole list?
Reckon what you like to eat in there?
Well, the French fries are pretty good.
French fried potatoes?
Yep, French fries.
How much you want for them?
Well, they're 60 for the medium and 75 for large.
I reckon I'll have me some of the bacons.
I love that for a few reasons. One, and there's that other woman who's done the, sticking the, chin out and everything, mocking Rachel Zegler and everything, which is just great. Absolutely great. She deserves to be trolled. I'm not the biggest fan of trolling people necessarily, but she deserves to be trolled. In this case, I believe. But then I do love Sling Blade. I thought that was a fantastic movie. Even the dialogue there, it was great. And I like them French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm. I think Billy Bob Thornton did a great job with that, and I actually want to watch that movie again. It's been a while. I need to go check it out. What'd you kill Jesse for? What'd you kill Jesse for? Great movie, fantastic movie.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.